My name is Dr. Frank Thomas, and I'm privileged once again to offer you another version of Living Your Passion. Thank you so much for paying attention and taking your time. And I want to do something today to express how you will know that you're healed. I believe that we'll know we've been healed when we're able to bless the places that have been tough and difficult for us. I want to lift this text in Genesis 33 where Jacob is wrestling with the angel. You remember this text, Jacob. His name means heel and trickster. You remember Jacob. He stole his brother's birthright. You remember Jacob. He manipulated, trickster, heel. And so Jacob hears from his brother Esau, who he has stolen his birthright. And he hears that Esau is coming near him with a mighty army. So Jacob sends offerings to placate him. And then, just in case Esau, because he stole his brother's birthright, is not placated, he sends all of his belongings over the river Jabbok. And he's now by himself. Just in case his brother tries to kill him, his family is safe. So all of a sudden, Jacob is ambushed. Some say it's an angel that ambushes, and Jacob has to wrestle for his very life. Jacob wrestles all night long. I love this story, because the enemy was more powerful than Jacob. And the text says that Jacob lasted all night long. Sometimes you wrestle with a more powerful enemy. And sometimes it's victory to last, just to make it through one more day. Just to make it to work for one more day. You last. It's a victory. The enemy was more. And you know what else I like about that text? I love the fact that Jacob had to deal straight up. No tricks, no manipulations, no lies, no deceits. He has to deal straight up and tell the truth. So to make a whole long story short, the angel, to defeat Jacob, presses his thigh. And so tough is Jacob that the angel says, "Will you let me go? Daybreak is coming." Jacob says, "I can't let you go until you bless me." And I'm sure that many of you are familiar with the story. Subsequently, his name gets changed from Jacob to Israel. He goes from being trickster, manipulator, and heel to the father of a nation, Israel. A father. So somewhere in this wrestling, it's been transformative. Jacob gets up, and as he was limping, he calls the place Peniel, which means God's face. He was wrestling. The place of his wrestle, he calls God's face. The place of his deepest and most desperate, his dark night of the soul wrestle, he calls God's face, the place of his blessing. Which means I don't think that we're healed until that place of scuffle, struggle, agonizing, we are able to bless it and see God's hand in it. God gave us a new direction. God gave us a new name. God changed us to be a father of a nation. That in essence, this experience of wrestling changed Jacob's life. That's my experience. I've had some places I've had to wrestle and struggle and scuffle. I've had some relationships that I've had to wrestle, scuffle, and struggle in. And it's only when I could bless the place, bless the relationship, and call it God's face. Can you bless the place of your struggle? Can you bless the place that almost took you out, but you survived because something rose up on the inside? Can you call that Peniel, God's face? Oh, I've been to God's face. And you get these people go home and say, I'm going to go home and I'm going to get in God's face, as if God's face is some place of peace. It is ultimately a place of peace. But for me, some of the deepest and the hardest struggles of my life changed me the most, and I grew the strongest, and I wouldn't be sitting at where I'm sitting right now had not I wrestled in those places. And so I call those places God's face. I thank you, God, for allowing me to wrestle in your face. Thank you for wrestling with me. Thank you for helping me to grow and to develop. And if you're out there and you are in God's face, I am assuring you, if you will stay faithful, God will bring you to the other side, and you will love who you are, and you'll love what you're doing. I'm a witness. It can happen. It happened to me. It can happen to you. Well, I'm going to leave you with that spiritual vitamin. I thank God for Peniel, for places that I can bless and call God's face. Every Monday morning, we do a broadcast on Periscope at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And every week we upload on SoundCloud. We also release every Monday a teaching video on preaching, and on Friday we release another version of Living Your Passion. I hope you'll subscribe to us on those platforms. I hope you share these teachings with someone. I hope you share them and just share them and share them. I think they'll bless somebody's life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking your time. God bless you, and God bless the places that we call God's face.